Gerald Ford was the 38th President of the United States. He became president in 1974. Before that, he was the vice president. His story is an interesting one, filled with unexpected moments and important decisions. Ford was born on July 14, 1913, in Omaha, Nebraska. His full name was Gerald Rudolph Ford, Jr. His family moved to Michigan when he was a child. Ford grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He was a good student and an excellent athlete. He played football in high school and later at the University of Michigan. He even helped his team win 2 national championships. Ford loved sports, but he also liked to study. After finishing college, he decided to go to law school. He graduated from Yale Law School in 1941. During World War II, Ford served in the U.S. Navy. He worked on a ship in the Pacific Ocean. Ford did not fight in many battles, but he was very proud of his service to his country. After the war, Ford went back to law school and began working as a lawyer in Michigan. Ford became interested in politics in the 1940s. In 1948, he ran for the U.S. House of Representatives and won. He started his work in Washington, D.C., as a member of the House of Representatives in 1949. Ford worked for many years in Congress. He became known as a good listener and a careful decision-maker. He built strong relationships with other members of Congress. He worked hard to make sure the laws passed in the best interest of the people. In 1965, Ford became the leader of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives. He was known as a man who could bring people together. He worked with both Republicans and Democrats to solve problems. He was respected by many for his honesty and fairness. Ford believed in teamwork and always tried to work with others to find solutions to difficult issues. In 1973, something very important happened in Ford's life. The Vice President of the United States, Spiro T. Agnew, had to resign because of a scandal. President Richard Nixon needed a new vice president. Nixon chose Ford to be his new vice president. Ford accepted the offer and became vice president in December 1973. He had little time to get used to the job. Ford quickly had to work with Nixon on important issues facing the country. In 1974, things began to change for Ford. President Nixon became involved in a serious scandal known as Watergate. This scandal caused many people to lose trust in Nixon. In August 1974, Nixon resigned from the presidency. This was the first time a U.S. president had ever resigned. Ford, as the vice president, became the new president of the United States. He was sworn in as president on August 9, 1974. Ford's presidency started at a difficult time. The country was divided, and many people were unhappy with the government. The Watergate scandal had hurt the trust people had in their leaders. Ford had to find a way to bring the country together and restore trust in the government. One of his first actions as president was to grant a pardon to Richard Nixon. This was a very important and controversial decision. Some people agreed with Ford's decision, believing it was important to move on from the scandal. Others were upset because they thought Nixon should have been punished for his actions. In addition to the challenges from Watergate, Ford also had to deal with serious economic problems. In the 1970s, the United States faced inflation, high prices, and rising unemployment. Ford worked with Congress to try to solve these problems, but it was not easy. The country was going through difficult times, and many Americans were unhappy with the economy. Ford's decision to give Nixon a pardon made some people unhappy with him, but he continued to work hard to solve the country's problems. During Ford's presidency, the United States also faced challenges in foreign policy. One of the most important events was the fall of Saigon in 1975. This marked the end of the Vietnam War. Ford had to manage the country's response to the war's end and help rebuild relations with other countries around the world. The war had been very difficult for the United States, and many people wanted the country to heal from its effects. Ford worked to make peace in other parts of the world as well. He improved relations with China and the Soviet Union. He also worked with countries in Europe to help prevent conflicts. Ford was known as a strong leader who believed in diplomacy and peaceful solutions to problems. Ford's time as president was short, but it was important. He was president for only 2.5 years, but during that time, he made many important decisions. Ford did not run for re-election in 1976. He lost the election to Jimmy Carter. After leaving the White House, Ford continued to be active in American politics. He wrote books, gave speeches, and stayed involved in political discussions. Many people respected him for the work he did as president and for the way he handled difficult situations. Ford's presidency was not easy, but he faced every challenge with honesty and a desire to do what was best for the country. He made difficult decisions and always tried to lead with integrity. Even after his presidency, Gerald Ford continued to be an important figure in American life. He passed away on December 26, 2006, at the age of 93. Today, Ford is remembered as a man who worked hard to bring the country together during a time of crisis. Gerald Ford's story is one of service to his country. He was a man who faced difficult challenges and made important decisions. His time as president was not without problems, but he worked to solve those problems and keep the country strong. He was a leader who believed in doing what was right, even when it was not easy. His legacy continues to inspire people who want to make a difference in the world.